Hello everybody and welcome to Fan Art something or another. Fan Art Wednesday, where we... no, it's not Wednesday. Hello and welcome. We're gonna do some fan art today because I finished a script and I need to drink beer and I need to draw boobs. So we're gonna do fan art. Tell me how loud the music is again, because it's loud on my end, but that doesn't say much. I'm gonna just turn down a little bit. Hello June, hello Factor, and hello NANA, hello Bullionator. How are you all doing today? I'm just gonna hang out. I unfortunately won't be able to listen to most of the time watching a documentary about the 100-year anniversary of the Weimar Republic. The music sucks as usual. Yeah, you're welcome. If you want to change the music, we have options for music, which is... what sections can we pick from? We have rock, we have upbeat, mixed, pop, hype, EDM. I don't know what EDM means. Ambient, hip hop, happy, chill, chiptunes, and epic. I don't know. Tell me what you wanna change it to. We will change it to that. I got no problem with changing it to that. I can turn it up a little bit. And I may need to change it on my end. Just my end just gets really unnecessarily loud sometimes. There we go. That might be a little bit better for me because I still have to listen to it. Play European Endless. No. Epic. Epic it is. We'll do that. Hello, Scottmeyer. How are you? There we go. Epic music. I don't know what that is. Okay. So, I haven't done one of these in a while, but like I said, I needed a break because I just finished a script about very stupid things. And so I needed a break. So we get to pick between who we get to draw. So we can either draw what were my options? Oh, Hugo and Jake from the Bible Reloaded, which I think would be a lot of fun. Because it's two of them, and I think I have something in mind that I think would be make me not be able to look at them in the same way again. But you know, the same thing happened when I did Creationist Cat. So we could do that. We could also do Shawn Hufford, because Shawn Hufford has been wanting some fan art for a while, and I think he deserves it. So those are kind of our options right now. We can do Shawn Hufford, or we can do the guys from Bible Reloaded. So you all let me know who you think we should do. Can you set your Rubik's Cube to show a flat Earth? Wait, haha, bam. There we go. We got water, we got Earth. Why not? You haven't tried the Duncan-Weiser yet. Have you? No, I have not tried the Duncan-Weiser yet. Duncan-Weisen. So yeah, those are our options. What do you guys think we should do? Draw Shawn Hufford. Shawn Hufford's pretty good. Dunkelweisen. No, I'm gonna stick. So I do have a beer today, which I don't usually do for fan art because I like to be like somewhat sober. But I do have a beer today, and it's the Bourbon Barrel Aged beer by Boulevard. So, which is always delicious, even at 10 a.m. in the morning. So I'm just gonna be slightly alcoholic this morning and drink a whole lot of beer. So it looks like Shawn Hufford. Yeah, I'm okay with Shawn Hufford because I think that would be great. We haven't done. He's been paying Shawn Hufford like one of your French girls. It's exactly what's gonna happen. So I do actually have a picture that Shawn Hufford has sent me for reference material. You all don't get to see that. That's an R&D gets to see it, and you all get to be jealous of what R&D gets to see. But I do have one, so I have to pull it up and not show you all. But it does exist because he did ask me for this a while ago. So it's a great picture, and I have some good examples here. Okay. I'm actually also have seen them before reruns. Enterprise, what we're talking about? Oh, the original from the 60s. Huh? Oh, I always did U.S. Enterprise doodles in school. Yes. Good old Star Trek. I watched Next Generation when I was a kid, because that was what was on when I got home from school. Right after Reading Rainbow. Yeah, it was Batman, Reading Rainbow, SWAT Cats, and Enterprise. Do I not have any pencils? Seriously, I have no pencils in there. Huh. So that was more or less what I watched. Once I got home from school, was kind of that that lineup of shows. So, and I did find out recently that PBS is still. I don't know if they still air it on TV because I don't have cable, but I did notice that on their app, they do still have Arthur, which is the I think, is he an armadillo? No, he's not an armadillo. He's an arbuck. I think he's an arbuck. I don't know what he is. Which I thought was really cool that kids can still watch. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone to like not shut off while I do things. No, go back to settings. Where's the thing? I know there's a thing. Displays. There we go. Sorry. There we go. So that this picture doesn't go away. Which I think is really cool that a lot of those shows are still kind of around. I think that's neat, and that the newer generations get to see some of those. I know, like, there's no, like, Reading Rainbow and stuff, and unfortunately, because Mr. Rogers passed away, there's no Mr. Rogers, but there is Daniel Tiger, which is like a Mr. Rogers done in cartoon with a little tiger kid instead of Mr. Rogers, which isn't as cool, but, you know, they still got the same concept, which I like. And the theme song is a pretty, like, neat little remix of the Mr. Rogers song, so I thought that was cool. All right, so I have a picture here to use this reference from Mr. Shawn Hufford. He has some glorious hair. Shawn, if you show up, people who have Shawn Hufford's contact information should let him know that he finally is getting his fan art. Because I don't want to. I already feel like I've interrupted enough of this to solve a Rubik's Cube and drink beer, so I kind of want to get started. But if you have his contact information, on the Twitters or on the whatevers, let him know. Maybe he can show up and enjoy this. I could probably send it to him on the Google Hangouts, which is why I have this picture. All right, let's see if I can get the angle of your face right, Mr. Shawn Hufford. We got, bam, okay, because he's slightly, we got a little slight head tilt going on here. And what I was thinking, he's got an outfit here, which I think would be great. But what I was thinking is doing more like a Jessica Rabbit kind of outfit for him. You know, something a little classier, a little sexier. It reminds me, I have a pic of Rin from Katawa Sojo, a double amputee girl, no arms, in which she does the Facebook and face foot instead of face palm. That's hilarious. If you like the old Batman series, I urge you to check out this. The old Batman series is the best. Where are the boobs? We're getting to the boobs. Are the only things you can prove on a piece of paper? Huh? I don't actually know what that. I don't actually know what that means, my friend. I think I might have made this face a little bit too sideways. Just a little bit. We'll see how. That's okay. That's, I don't know. I'm already a little bothered by how sideways the face is. Let's unsideways this face just a little bit. The only things that I can prove are on paper. That seems a little. I don't know what that question means. I'm gonna be honest with you, dear person who said that. I don't know what you're talking about. To be 100% frank with you, I don't try to prove things. If that's like if you're talking about my flat Earth videos or flat Earth debunk videos, I don't try to prove things in those. Rarely do I try to prove things in those. I try to instead debunk what other people say, which is slightly different. And I know that a lot of people get annoyed at me for like not bothering to prove anything, but that's not what my videos are about. If you want people to prove shit for you, Wolfie, Shawn Hufford, Red, those are people who prove shit on the internet. I don't. I debunk things on the internet. Slightly different concept. There's a couple of videos where I do sort of do proofs of things. So I have like the video on like the horizon rising to the eye level, so I kind of demonstrated that doesn't. I guess that's also a debunk. It's not really a proof. So yeah, that's not what I do. There are other people who do that. You should watch them. Mostly because I don't necessarily have the tools for a lot of those things. Like, you know, Red he's got photography skills, and then he's also got a good camera to do that, and the free time to do it. I don't. I barely have the free time to do what I already do, let alone actually like have free time to go out and take pictures of things. As is, my schedule's kind of crazy. So that's the thing. Rhetoric&Discourse, you need some Faber-Castell pencil set things. The factory is only for Faber-Castell. I have I mean, I have like shading pencils that I'll use later on. What are these? I don't know what they are. Artist lofts. But I mean, just a pencil will do. I'm not picky about pencils. You can be picky. I know people are picky. I'm not. I'm not about to be picky about pencils. I want to pretend like whatever skills I have come from me and not from my pencils, but that's a lie. I don't have skills. I just put boobs on things. That's all I do. Okay. So we got more or less that. I think I'm more or less happy with that. God, that's really sideways though. You picked a really funny pose, Shawn. Shawn, what have you done? Yeah, that's really fucking, that's a... How do I get this to be like slightly to the side and not like ridiculous to the side? This is where I struggle all the time. Faber-Castell has some of the best art supplies. Cool. I used to be more into buying art supplies. This is half of the stuff that I have for art supplies are like things that I have bought and owned for years. And I don't use them often enough to ever go through them. So, okay. So we're gonna draw you straight on for a second. Not actually draw you straight on. And then we're gonna tilt you just a little bit. So we're gonna do like that. Okay. And hopefully just a little tilt rather than a big tilt will come out of this. That's my hope. So the picture that I have, Shawn Hufford is kind of looking, you know, all coy and shit. Nope. Cock that right up. All coy and shit to the side. And so I'm having a very difficult time capturing the essence of Shawn Hufford. It also doesn't help that I'm hella rusty at this. There we go. There we go. Much happier this time around. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Much happier this time around with it. Mistakes will be made. I always find it impressive the people who can actually like draw with pen. Like that shit is great. Like if you can draw with pen, like goddamn, I can't fucking make mistakes all over the place. Like I struggle just to like outline my drawing sometimes because I feel like I mess everything up even after just like tracing my own goddamn lines. So I'm always very impressed by people who can sort of draw freehand with a pen. Like that shit's impressive. I used to have a friend in high school. She's a really good artist now. Hello, Deathpool. How are you? Hello, Bjorn. Hello, everybody. What's the temp up there? Up here, it's fucking cold. It snowed yesterday. What are we at today? Hey, Google, what's the weather like today? Let's see what Google has to say. $33 and mostly cloudy. Is what we're at today. So I don't know what that is in non-American. I'm sure you heathens can do the math for that, but I don't know what it is. We got no art. Okay, so I mostly got a mugshot. So from Shawn. So I got mugshot part up here. How we want the rest of this to be is entirely up to us. It looks like Sir Sick. It does. I have to make a drawing of him too. God damn. It's like 1C, is it? That makes sense. Hello, Jump and Run. How are you? My grandfather worked for Schwarzstabelio for more than 3 decades. What's that? The Nuremberg area is home for the two biggest pencil-making companies. Shawn and Faber-Castell. I'm going to pretend like those are real words and not disagree with you all on that. Okay, so my thought was a bit of a, there we go, a bit like of a Jessica Rabbit kind of outfit for Shawn, you know, to show off the goods, Shawn. Show them off just a little bit. So a little bit of a sexy one hand down. Let's get some hips. Let's get some hips going here as well. Okay, hips. We'll give ourselves some legs. Legs are always important. Even though I suck at legs, but we'll have some pretty close legs here, like that. Some legs, and then I am gonna be just lazy as all hell and hide the hands behind our back, because you know what? Every goddamn time I do one of these streams, I don't know how to hand. I can't hand, and I'm tired, and I should practice more how to hand. But I don't want to today. Today I just want to drink and forget about the script that I wrote that I eventually have to read, and then make a video about. There we go. Look at that. We get like this little like sweet little Shawn Hufford here. Okay, I like that. I like that little. We'll put hands back there so we don't have to see them. We will avoid hands today, and we'll get us some of the important bits out, like that, and like that. I feel like these are not doing Shawn Hufford justice. They're not doing Shawn Hufford justice. I don't even pretend like they are. They are not. You, my friend, are a very, very well endowed gentleman, and you need to have something that shows that. Just got here. Who's that meant to be? We're gonna do Shawn Hufford today. Hello. Oh, I was going to also do this, so we're going to pause that for a second so that I keep forgetting to do this. Oh my goodness. Stop moving around, chat. Bam. There we go. Deathpool Wilson, welcome to being a moderator. You have no power, but it's on a job. You can talk. There you go. So I lived in a Paradise Township once years ago. Oh, California. California is fucking, God, California is a place to live if you want paradise. It's great. I miss the paradise of California. I really do. One of these days, I will not be poor as hell. I'm not actually poor, but I will not be as poor as I am now, and I will be able to move back to California and have, you know, not be awful. There we go. Those are worthy of Mr. Hufford right there. We'll make your waist just a little bit tinier, my friend. There we go. Now that's a well-endowed Shawn Hufford right there. And we're gonna I got a couple of different. Trying to find a good picture of her outfit. I think this one's probably gonna be the best one. All right. And thankfully, the outfit we'll have is just barely enough to contain the ladies, and then it goes. It's got a very deep V. Nope, that's not a V. That's a U. What is wrong with you? I should make them perkier, shouldn't I? I should make this like just a little bit squeezed tighter so that it's like the thing is here. Yeah, let's make them. We'll make them perkier. God, I love. Sometimes I want to tell people what I do for a hobby, because they're like, hey, new person I just met, what do you do for fun? And I don't know how to explain to them that I go on the internet and draw boobs of my friends. I draw my friends with boobs. That is my hobby. God, my life is awesome. All right, we'll make these just a little bit perkier, like that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. Okay, well, we'll do one perky side. How about that? We'll do one perky side, and then we'll do one not perky side. And then, chat, you tell me if you prefer perky or not perky side. Because, like, Jessica Rabbit's outfit obviously makes her tits rather perky, right? But it also makes them look rather unnatural, right? And the not perky ones are obviously gonna, you know, we're just gonna. Okay, so we got perky side, not perky side. What do we prefer? What do we prefer, guys? Do we prefer the not perky or the perky side of things here? And then we could do, you know, a nice deep V here, and then it would come back up here like that. And then get the dress all the way, and then the dress actually doesn't go that way. It goes just right up the front like this. We'll have it cover up that leg, and then kind of, we'll have it be a little bit more square down the bottom. Like that, just a little bit, and then square. It actually goes further down, but we'll get there. And then the other half. So we get a very leggy Shawn Hufford here. Give Shawn some good legs. Good legs. Which, hey, if you're a leg guy, this is the girl for you. I'm not necessarily a leg guy, so. Rhetoric&Discourse. Sorry, you are late. You are like tech god. Okay, what is everyone's hobby? Astronomy for me. Well, you give your friends airbags for security in cars. Good enough. Some of the character from the movie Superbad who drew dicks all day into his high school notebook. That's, you know, that's a thing that middle schoolers do, and I don't understand why. Are you gonna? I don't understand why. Are you going to draw asymmetrical boobies? Hooray! All my boobies are asymmetrical. You should see the one that I did for Vice Rhino. God, he's got some asymmetrical boobs. Sorry, Vice Rhino. Perky, I think. So we're liking perky for Shawn. Okay. Video games for me as a hobby. That's good. I like video games. I've been playing more Minecraft, which I always seem to play, like, no matter what I do. Scott, many hobbies: art, writing, music, art, gaming, such. Gaming is fun. I really wish I had the time, mostly with gaming, because games have become extremely big and time-consuming as of late. Like, I don't know if, like, I remember growing up, 90s, early 2000s, and during those times, like, that's when you could, you know, I would go to Blockbuster and, you could go to Blockbuster and rent a game for the weekend, and you could pretty much beat a lot of games in a weekend, I feel like, and that's changed. I feel like you can't really beat games over a weekend, so I'm trying to find a ruler. I know I have one somewhere. Oh, there's one. And I feel like it could. Like, I remember renting GoldenEye for a weekend when I first sort of came out. Banjo-Kazooie, and then games have gotten bigger, which is fine. I'm not complaining about games being bigger and, you know, having more content. I think that's also great. But it's like more of a time. You need so much more time, I feel like, now to really play games all the way through. And I don't have the time for it, unfortunately. There was I think Perfect Art for N64 for the win. I still have my Perfect Art. I think someone was commenting. Yeah, those aren't looking very good. Someone on the interwebs, and I wish I remember who it was, but the game Get Over It, which I know was like a hit like a year ago or whatever. Which I think it's a free to play. I think the maker of it made it free to play, but I guess throughout the whole game he's sitting there talking about how, you know, we should kind of slow down when it comes to video games, because like video games at this point are kind of like you move on from a game pretty quick. Like you play it for however many hours, 16, 20 hours, and then you kind of after that you just let it you just sort of, you know, you move on to the next game, and you don't really get to appreciate all that a game has in it because of that, which is a shame. And I kind of agree with that. Like one of the most recent games that I've played that I've really gotten into has been Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game, and that's a game that you can just take your goddamn time with, and God, it is full to the brim of stuff. Like, you can just beat it, right? And I think Nintendo did a really great job with the fact that you can, if you wanted to, you can just beat it. Like, they got rid of the old system of, like, going through dungeons and seeing the story. Like, right after, the only thing you have to do is the tutorial, and then after that, you just, like, you can just go up to Ganon and try to beat the shit out of him. And people do, because, you know, it's about skill, not about having items and stuff. And that's really cool. And it also means that, like, the rest of the game is optional, but if you go through it, you get so much out of it, and I love that. Bennett Foodie, don't know who that is. I'm stuck in the past with gaming. I play with SNES emulators on my phone. That's a really great idea. I have the Super NES Mini, which I think is great, and I wish I could, and even that, I wish I could play through it a little bit more. Like, I almost beat Mega Man X, and then I kind of got distracted by other things, and I haven't gone back to it in a couple of months, and I really should go and beat it. So hopefully one of these days I can actually go back to that game and actually, you know, and actually beat it. It was difficult, but it was very satisfying to play. I'm trying to give myself a policy of beating a game before I buy a new one, mostly because I've noticed that that a lot of the games that I own, like, I own a crap ton of games, especially because I love you, Steam, but especially because of Steam, I own a crap ton of games, some of which I've never beaten, and I probably never will, honestly, which is a shame. So I kind of made myself a policy of not buying new games until I beat the one that I'm on, just because I actually want to enjoy some of them a little bit more, and not just move on past games right away. Just something I want to do. Seems the Night Collection with now includes remastered versions of FTL. FTL is a great game. Again, never beaten it. It's a great game though. Do you have a gaming channel? I don't have a gaming channel. I might do more game. So if you can see the bar, can I actually point out? Yeah. You can see the bar there for the new pewter. Once that's the thing that limits me from, like, gaming, at least live streaming games, because there's no way for me to live stream a game and it not suck. If I did, I would probably, if I get a new computer, I will probably live stream some more game stuff, because I do like playing games, and I like, you know, socializing with people while I play. I think that's great. So I probably would once I get a new computer. But until then, not really. And even if I did, I wouldn't play, like, anything new and up-to-date. I don't really like a lot of new up-to-date games. Like, I am not a Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed kind of guy. I'm really more... I like older games. I think they're much better. There are some new games that I would like to play, but I think I really like old games much more than I like new stuff. And I've definitely gotten out of the habit of keeping up with gaming, because it all became kind of samey after a while. Like, there was a while where I didn't, but my dad was really into Call of Duty, so every year for Christmas he got a new Call of Duty game. That was his Christmas gift every year. And we did that for years and years and years, and even my dad eventually just kind of got tired out of, like, playing Call of Duty every year, and so he hasn't even done that in a while. He's kind of been okay with not having a new Call of Duty game every year. So you wouldn't see me play those. You'd see me play, like, other things. Have you seen Red Dead Redemption 2? I have seen it. I haven't actually seen anybody play it or anything, but I have seen it. It looks interesting. I mean, Rockstar tends to make good games, so I'm not, you know... I'm sure that it's good. I haven't played a GTA game in a very, very long time. I think the last GTA game that I played and enjoyed, I should say played and enjoyed, because I have played newer GTA games, but I haven't enjoyed them anywhere near as much, was Vice City. Is probably the last one that I played and liked. Anything past that, I just haven't liked as much. San Andreas I tried to get into, and that intro was so fucking long and boring. Like, it really did. Like, I couldn't even get past the tutorial. Everything was a goddamn tutorial, and I got so, like, they just got so fat, so unnecessarily fat, that there's, like, you had, like, a billion tutorials before you could even start doing anything, and it got so tiresome to go through them that I quit after playing for, like, 2 hours. And I swear, like, after 2 hours, you couldn't get into it. GTA 5 was a masterpiece. If you don't play, you'll get shot. It'll get shot again, amigo. Yeah. I mean, I think GTA 4 I played, and I got the same thing. Like, GTA 4, I did the same thing. It was too much for me to, like, sit there and go through all the goddamn tutorials. GTA 4 was the one where you had, like, a cell phone and shit, and you could go bowling. Sorry about Nightbot being a dick there. Tech God. But yeah, like, I miss games where you just sort of, like, they're super simple, and you just kind of get into them. Like, I do like complicated games, but I feel like they're unnecessarily complicated, like, no. Like, it's more of a, give you more stuff to do rather than high quality stuff to do. I feel like that's been the trend with games as of late. So I personally haven't been into them because of that. So I like games that are sort of like, we do one thing and we do one thing really fucking well. I like games like that. So if I could, that's more of the things I will get myself into playing. So where are your knees gonna be? Knees down here? Yeah, let's knee down there. So yeah, that's what I've been more into game-wise, or games like that. Rather than games that just cram a crap ton of things in you that take you like 3 hours just to get through a tutorial. I don't really like that anymore. That's not really my jam. But you know, if you like it, that's good. You know, good on you. It's just not mine. What song is this? This is a weird song. Sorry, this song is kind of getting to me. So, as long as you don't have the same type of tutorials as Batman and Robin, the game. Oh, I don't remember that one. Sorry. The only shooter I played that I enjoyed was Battlefield 1942, and it was basically reliving the battles. I really liked Doom 2016. I'm really glad that Doom Eternal is going to come to the Switch. I think that's great. I'm also not much for, like, everything needs to be super pretty in graphics. Like, I think games being pretty has, I think we lost the focus on, like, being pretty artistically versus being pretty as in, like, there's just a whole lot of pixels. And I think there's a bit of confusion there, because I think you can have some really pretty, like, old games that are just pretty because they're artistically, you know, well designed, as opposed to just, you know, this patch of water has 1 billion pixels in it or whatever, right? Like, I think that's been lost a little bit, especially when most of your games are just gray mash. Like, I don't know. I think so yeah, I'm not much for graphics, so I'm okay with, like, playing Doom on the Switch, and I thought Doom on the Switch was a lot of fun. I don't even care that I don't get all the fucking polygons of it. I think the gameplay is all you really needed. All you really needed for it was just the gameplay itself, and you could tone down the graphics and it would still be an awesome game. And the music, I think the music is also just, the gameplay and the music will make that game. I don't, you know, the graphics are pretty, but I'm pretty sure you could play it at lower graphics and not miss out on anything in that game. Which is also why I enjoy older games too. Like, I will gladly deal with the lag spikes of Mega Man X, and, you know, it's graphics, but it's still so much fun that it, you know, I don't care. Remember Batman and Robin, the last Batman movie of the 90s? The game was based on as the kind of the worst superhero games of all time. Ah, never played it. You need a gaming PC? No, I don't. Console fence is detected. Yep. Okay, my favorite map was Normandy Invasion. Okay, you need a PC if you want to play really Steam games to your taste. I mean, the games that I have on Steam now are really good. I've been playing. What Steam game have I been playing recently? I've been playing Darkest Dungeon recently, which is a lot of fun. And it's not hardware intensive, so but that game is also, you know, I don't think it's meant to be hardware intensive. And again, it's one of those that the art style sells it. Like you watch it, and even the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this nonsense? Like the graphics, like I genuinely went like graphics, you know, snob for a second. It was like, the graphics are crap. Because it's the whole game is pretty much stills, and there's, I don't even want to call it animation because it's just shifting from one still to another, and then like tweening, and then like a little bit of 3D effect, but like that's all it is, and that's okay. It's honestly it somehow they made simple graphics work really, really well. And I think that's a testament to the fact that you don't need, you know, hyper realistic, hyper good graphics to make a good game. The writing is excellent, the gameplay is fantastic, and you don't need that, you know, all this other crap to make a really fantastic game. I think that sometimes can deter from it. I want to see you play McPixel. Huh. You shall install Windows 10 on your current Mac as soon as you buy a new Mac. Okay. What was the other one that I was thinking about? Oh shoot. That has really crap graphics, but I really like. Oh, speaking of good writing, Thomas Was Alone is another one of those games that, again, it's fucking pixel boxes. Like it's not graphics. And Thomas Was Alone is, to this day, one of my favorite games that I've ever played, just because of the writing and the story. It's entirely worth playing for the story of this game about blocks that move around. It's super well written. It is just so much fun. The gameplay is tight. The controls are really good. So I definitely, you know, I would recommend something like that. And then, you know, you don't have to worry about graphics on something like that. But you know, there are definitely, I think, arguments to be made about not needing graphics. And Thomas Was Alone is one of those. Never Fear Eyes here. Hello, nice to see you. I really need to get finished getting ready for work. I actually just need socks and shoes. I can wait a minute. Who remembers Leisure Suit Larry? Leisure Suit Sarah Larry. I never played any of them. No, I know what you're talking about. I never played any, but I do know what you're talking about. Man, I am kind of this Shawn Hufford. Jeez Louise. Okay, so we need to do something that actually makes it distinguishable that this is Shawn Hufford. Besides the boobs. So, how do we distinguish this from as Shawn Hufford is a great thing that we need to do. The original Lisa shoots Larry. City of Heroes, best game. Oh, I remember City of Heroes. That came out a while ago, wasn't it? I remember my friend like trying to get me into it. This is before I owned like any amount of computer, so I really wasn't very good. Pizza is ready. Ooh, nice. Hello, gorgeous. Oh, look at you. Don't you look pretty today? I like it. Oh,
Don't
sorry.
you love it?
I do love it. Sorry, my wife is here and she got her hair dyed for her birthday, which is really early because birthday is like in another 10 days. But whatever.
Tomorrow, but he likes it. He likes to mess with me, but it's tomorrow.
Oh, you look fantastic. Well,
Thank you.
So okay, how are we going to distinguish this as being Shawn Hufford? Is the real question. How is this going to be Shawn Hufford? What does Shawn Hufford's thing look like? His avatar. I was killed abruptly almost a decade ago now. Even the dev staff learned it in the newspaper. Oh no. Give it a beard. I don't want to give it a beard. She's super pretty. And also the picture that I have doesn't have a beard. So I don't want to. because the picture that I was given was that. Which console do you use? You might have said it, but a little brother. I have a Switch. I have a Switch and a PS2 and a GameCube and an N64 at home. I mostly play on my Switch if I'm gonna play anything. I was gonna look up Shawn Hufford. So that's usually what I play on. His avatar is the globe. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's one of the globes. So how do we make this Shawn Huffordy? How do we make this Shawn Huffordy is a real question, because I'm actually really happy with the way it is now, and I don't really want to change too much of it. Somehow I managed to draw something good like the first time around, and I don't want to ruin it, but I do want to add a Shawn Huffordness to it. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. How do we make you Shawn Huffordy enough? Like I almost want to move this arm out like a little bit, so that we have like arm, elbow, and then arm, and then like globe, like right there, and then we can draw, you know, whatever. I think his avatar has no, go away. Which one do you have, Shawn, here? Which one does he have? Which globe does he have? I know it's because it's not like the one with the states in the middle. It's the one, I think it's the one with like Africa, like the one that's got Africa sort of in the center of it, and then Europe, which I don't know, kind of looks like that, I guess. I feel like that's the one he has. Not that I can legitimately draw a map, so I kind of want to do that. So move the arm out. Have him hold a globe. How do we feel about that? Hello, Luke Firewalker. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Well, I love the games of all era, but I'm a role player even for the content not meant for that. Well, to an extent. It's hard to roleplay Tetris, but I can roleplay Mega Man in my head. There you go. I recently, at some point, I started playing Wizardry 8 because it came on sale on Steam. And that's a fun game. If you like role-playing games, holy shit, is that a fun game. That God, the spear's stuck in the wrong spot. Gotta drink some beer to wash down the beer. It's the customization on that is really great. You can really make some cool characters. You can min-max the shit out of things, or you can, you know, try to be a little bit more you know, role-playing game style. It's really great. You need to play more Daggerfall. I do need to play more Daggerfall. So that's a fun game. So I do want to think and all the characters trying to look at the scene from each character's eye. There's that one Switch game that came out that I really want to buy. Octopath something, Octopath Journey, Octopath something like that. It's about it's a role-playing game that's strictly like it's written in a way where you have to go through it pretty much like 8 different characters, like, to really get the full story. And apparently it's really well written. So I have been wanting to give that a try. I'm just gonna draw this, guys, because you ain't giving me suggestions. We're just gonna have Shawn Hufford hugging the earth hugging bastard that you are, Shawn Hufford. And I hear it's a really good game. Maybe one of these days I'll get it. Right now on the Switch I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I got a little bit ago. It's an RPG, it's a JRPG, so it's very JRPG-ish. So it definitely has, it's definitely time-consuming and horribly large, but I am enjoying it. It's got all the quirks of an anime. The voice acting is good. The gameplay is a lot of fun. It's like it's an action role-playing, so yeah, it's pretty good. So I do. I will probably keep playing more of Darkest Dungeon, because that's got That's got a lot of the traditional, son of a bitch. I said I wasn't going to draw hands, and then I fucking decided to draw one hand. One hand is going to be the death of me. God, what was I saying? Something Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, it's unfortunately, as I've been sitting here complaining about big games, it is a very, very, very big game. So I'm not sure when I'll actually finish it, because it's like, I feel like I'm on like chapter 3 or something, and I think there's like 12 chapters. So and I've had it for months. So I will probably never finish the game, honestly, because it's too big. That's what she said. So hopefully I will get around to it, because I am having fun with it. It's just a matter of sitting down and playing, but I don't have hours to sit around and play video games. I gotta be an adult and go to school. Speaking of school, I haven't quite signed up for the class yet, because I don't because there's a hold on my account at school until I like meet with my advisor or whatever. So I can't actually sign up for classes yet, but I did get into, I talked to the professor, and I did get into animal behavior for next semester. So next semester is a lecture on animal behavior, and then next fall, so in a year, I'll be doing, we get to do a lab on animal behavior, and from what I am told, for the lab, you actually get like rats, and you get to teach them things. So that's going to be a lot of fun to actually get to like, to mess around with rats for a while. That'll be pretty great. I don't know if any of this like is at all correct for countries. There's an island here, I think. And then landmass. There we go. There we go. Good enough. I don't geography. There we go. I'll take it. I'll take it just fine. Animal behavior, huh? That means you'll finally find out that Hobbs really just wants to kill and eat you. Probably does. What is the greatest gaming sin that Nish has committed? Mine, designing without player choice in mind. It's true. I could agree with that. I think, unfortunately, a lot of, yeah, I don't like gaming philosophy nowadays. I don't like how every game has to be multiplayer. I miss good either story driven or just single player experiences in games. I think we're missing out on a lot of that because, you know, microtransactions and multiplayer seems to be everything. I got no problem with games that are just like 100% multiplayer, like play your Fortnites, play your PUBGs or whatever, right? I got no problem with that. But I hate it that that's become like all games need to be that, and single player is going to be, you know, a second thought. It also makes it really hard when you make games like that, when you design games like that. It makes it really hard to preserve your game. Like, eventually your servers are going to shut down. Like, eventually we will, you know, like you will shut it down. You will, and move on to the next game. And, you know, how do you preserve a multiplayer game? There's this one MOBA that I remember back in like the early 2000s. It was like you had like these giant god things that you played with. I don't remember what it was. It's had very interesting maps. I remember that much. And even that's like, as I'm trying to talk about, I don't even remember the name of it because it was a MOBA. The game failed, and so nobody can really play it anymore to its full potential, because you know, there are no servers for you to play it on, and that's kind of sad that, you know, you don't get to play all these old games because servers don't exist anymore. So that's always kind of sad, which is why, you know, I think we shouldn't forget that single player games, you know, also have a place in gaming, instead of just being like money grabbing assholes grubbing, and focusing on the multiplayer all the time for every game. And I do miss a lot of games like that. Okay, I missed a lot. My son thought it would be funny to prank to poop in his overnight diaper. 3-year-olds, yeah, they're funny. Guess that's a perfect game to roleplay. Oh, I bet it would be fun. What a strange society we are. We keep mutilating predators as pets and adorn ourselves with sex organs of plants. It's great. I love it. I always loved the idea of the fact that I live with a predator in my house. I think that's, like, when you just say it that way, I think it's fantastic that I have a predator who just likes to cuddle with me every night, and I think that's fantastic. Humans are weird, and I love it. I think it's great that humans are so weird all the goddamn time, and that we do weird ass shit. Let's get the hair. Let's get the hair going here. I'm not sure how much longer this stream is going to go either, because I do, or I would like to, actually record the video that I'm hiding from. Like I said, I finished writing the script, and unfortunately, the video that I'm responding to this week is dumb, but it's not in the dumb ways that I like things to be dumb, right? Like last week's Longer and Harder was incredibly painful just because it was so just outright there stupid all the time. This isn't dumb in that way, unfortunately. This is dumb in like in this way that I find incredibly annoying, which is that it's, you know, people on the internet being hypocrites. If that gives you an idea of what I'm gonna talk about this week. And I those kinds of videos are in so many ways so much more painful to make than like talking about flat earthers, because at least talking about flat earthers, like, I feel like I'm gonna keep it. Should I lower the eyebrow? Let's see. Yeah, let's lower the eyebrow just a little bit before I draw it in. Because like in a lot of ways I'll be talking about, you know, opinions and stuff rather than like, no, the earth isn't flat, you idiot. But the opinions that I have to go after are really, really stupid. Oh, come on. There we go. Nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see if we can fix this. I kind of like the old eyebrow now. Fudge on a fudge. Son of a bitch. There we go. Round that out. There we go. That's better. I can live with that. That's a little bit lower. So yeah, I really those kinds of videos tend to be the harder ones for me to make. At least they get more out of me than the flat Earth videos do. And if you follow me on Twitter, you might know who I'm going to be talking about this week. There we go. Rhetoric&Discourse, do you know Anime Overlord? Yes. I haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers on that, because I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. At least the first 3 episodes, I really enjoyed it. And I really want to get to it. Dogs are toned down moves, I know. I would have made one of the boobies and globe. Yeah, I know, but that's a little too obvious. I want to finish watching Overlord. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I think that's the one I'm on. And I really like that. I think those kinds of shows can be a lot of fun. I particularly liked. There were just a lot of things that I was like, oh yeah, I remember what it's like to like be in a guild and then, you know, in an MMO, and then have like everyone become too busy to like hang out with me and all that. So I did empathize quite a bit with the main character. So it was a good start, and I would really like to finish it. Maybe soon I'll be able to get around to actually finishing the whole show. But for now, that's not it. For now, what am I watching anime-wise? I just finished. Oh, I'm watching Castlevania right now. Season 2 came out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. and I haven't quite finished season 2 yet. I just, mostly because I got distracted because I was like, wife, you'd like this show, and so I made her watch season 1 again. Granted, it's not very long, but I made her watch season 1. So I just rewatched season 1, and I think I've watched like the first 2 episodes of season 2, and that's a really good show. That really does capture a lot of. It's adult in a good way. I feel like a lot of animes, a lot of shows try to be adult by being edgelords, and that's much better. I think the way that that this studio tackled being an adult show is much better. You know, like it's adult themed, not like here's some, you know, boobs and here's some gore, which I'm not gonna complain about boobs and gore. It's just, you know, there's more to adult than boobs and gore. There just is, and I think sometimes that gets missed out by studios who want to make adult content. You know, there's adult themes that are worth talking about, and you can make adult stuff that way as well. Sorry, I'm gonna focus real hard on these lips here for a second. There we go. And yeah, so I think that gets unfortunately forgotten. Love the first season. Is the second the same? The second one so far has been fun. Like I said, I've watched 2 episodes of it, the first 2 episodes, and I've really enjoyed the first 2. I know that there's a lot of I'm told that there's a lot of Easter eggs from the games in it, but I'm not like super big into the game, so I don't really know. So far the quality's still there. It's still a really high quality show. So I mean, it's like what, like 4 or 5 episodes long, so I'd definitely recommend watching it if you haven't, because it takes like no goddamn time to watch it. So it's definitely worth it. All right, you all. My personal fan theory is not spoilers. Fan theory based on the anime produced the same time. Main character in Overlord's dead in real world and is in limbo. Oh, that makes sense. Has season 3 has ever been announced? Awesome, that's great. Spanish. Oh, I haven't watched Sky Crawlers yet. I really want to. Prop craft in it. I was able to identify the main hero craft, the Japanese Shinnu, but what about the rest? I've been wanting to watch that one. All right, guys, we're gonna call it. I think we're gonna call it a quits there because my wife is home. My wife wasn't home before, so I didn't really mind just hanging out. But my wife is home. My wife has arrived from her hair appointment, so I have, you know, I have husbandly duties and whatnots, and probably have chores to do around the house. But I'm kind of drunk at the moment. But here we have Shawn Hufford. I will get that shaded in, I think, in the next day or 2. Hopefully, we'll get a quickie today, a quickie done today pretty soon here. I already also have I have I also have what is it called? I have the script written and recorded for the next Dubé video, so that will probably come out next week. Next week, and if you're a patron, you get to have it hopefully tomorrow or Monday at the latest, because it's already recorded. I just have to edit a few things and it should be done hopefully soon. So quickie in a few hours, probably, as soon as I have time to sit and edit the video, and actually read the script, record the script, and then edit the video, so it shouldn't take too long. And then hopefully Eric Dubé for next week. If you're a patron, you'll get it in a couple of days. Otherwise, thank you all for showing up and hanging out for a little hour there of me drinking beer and talking about boobs and stuff. Thank you all very much. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will see you all tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Have fun, you all. Have a good weekend.